Cell Division.
Mitosis Vs Meiosis.
By
General Sherman Productions.
Produced by Anika
Ava
and Isabella.
Mitosis. Mitosis is the process by which a eukaryotic cell divides the genetic material in its nucleus into two new identical nuclei. This process is only done with autosomes. It only has one division, and it forms two genetically identical daughter cells, each with 46 chromosomes. These are known as diploid cells.
Why do you need cell division? We need cells for growth, reproduction, and repair. Cell size is limited because as the cell grows, cell material grows faster than the cell membrane. The cell cannot get nutrients in or remove waste fast enough to meet its needs. If the cell does not divide, it will poison itself and starve.
Interphase. Interphase is the portion of the cell cycle between mitotic divisions when the genetic material, in the form of chromatic, is duplicated. It is 90% of the cell's lifespan where the cell grows and carries out normal functions. First of all, we need to understand DNA replication.
A chromosome, which is a structure that contains the genetic information of the cell found only during cell division, consists of one chromatid. It is then duplicated to form two sister chromatids, duplicated chromosomes. These sister chromatids are held together at the centromere. This then undergoes mitosis to form two daughter chromosomes. The cell spends the majority of its life in interphase. It is composed of three parts, G1, S, and G2 phase. G1 is the first growth phase, where organelles are duplicated and the chromosomes begin getting replicated. Next is S phase, also known as synthesis phase. This is where DNA is replicated. Finally is G2 phase. This is the second growth phase, where the cell growth continues, enzymes and other proteins are synthesized, and replication of chromosomes is completed.
3, 2, 1.
Here's a diagram of what interphase actually looks like.
Prophase is the first phase of mitosis. In this phase, the chromosomes begin to condense and become visible under a microscope. The centrioles separate and move to opposite poles of the cell. Finally, the nuclear membrane dissolves.
Metaphase is the second stage of mitosis. In this phase, the spindle fibers come out of the centrioles and attach themselves to the centromeres of the chromosomes. The spindle fibers align the chromosomes in the middle, also known as the equator of the cell. These chromosomes are composed of sister chromatids. Anaphase is the third phase of mitosis. In this phase, the chromosomes are pulled by their centromeres to opposite poles of the cell by the spindle fibers. This results with the ends of the chromosomes trailing behind as they are being pulled apart. The same number and type of chromosomes will be found at either pole.
Telophase is the fourth and final phase of mitosis. In this phase, chromosomes on either pole begin to unwind. During this time, the spindle fibers dissolve and the nuclear membrane forms around the chromosomes. The nuclei also reappear. This has an end result of forming two identical daughter nuclei.
Cytokinesis is the phase of the cell cycle when the cytoplasm is divided to form two cells. Even though the nucleus is divided during mitosis, the division and production of the two new cells occur during cytokinesis. This separation occurs in the middle of the cell and results in the formation of two new identical diploid daughter cells.
Meiosis. Meiosis is a two-stage cell division in which the resulting daughter cells have half the number of chromosomes as the parent cell. This results in the formation of gametes. This process is only done with gametes, not autosomes. It has two divisions and it forms four non-genetically identical daughter cells, each with 23 chromosomes. These are known as haploid cells.
Why is
Meiosis important?
Sexual reproduction
Is dependent on meiosis.
DNA replication occurs during interphase, and each chromosome has been replicated and now consists of two sister chromatids joined at the centromeres.
Meiosis 1, also known as reduction division. At the start of prophase 1, chromosomes become shorter and thicker. The nuclear membrane starts to dissolve and spindle fibers form. Centrioles separate and move to opposite poles of the cell. Chromosomes come together in homologous pairs. Homologous pairs are matching pairs of chromosomes similar in size and carrying information for the same gene. Since each chromosome has two sister chromatids, the whole structure is referred to as a tetrad.
Crossing over occurs during
Prophase 1. It is common for non-sister chromatids to break and reattach to each other, exchanging genes and creating unique allele.
combination that are not seen in the parent.
Here is a real-life example of crossing over.
In metaphase 1, the tetrads migrate towards the center of the cell and align their centromeres across the equator of the cell. They are held in place by spindle fibers released from the centrioles at the poles.
Independent or random assortment. Independent or random assortment occurs in metaphase 1. The maternal pair of chromosomes face one pole and the paternal pair face the other pole. All tetrads align independent of one another, explaining variation in offspring.
In anaphase 1, homologous chromosomes are pulled to opposite poles of the cell by the spindle fibers. This is the point of reduction division. Only one chromosome consisting of two sister chromatids from each homologous pair will be found in each new daughter cell. In telophase 1, the nuclear membranes begin to form around the chromosomes at each pole. As the cell divides, so does the cytoplasm through cytokinesis. The chromosomes in the two cells are not identical, unlike in mitosis. Each daughter cell has only one member of the homologous pair, resulting in a haploid cell. However, the sister chromatids are non-identical due to crossing over. In some cell types, telophase 1 does not occur, and the cell proceeds directly to the second round of meiosis.
Meiosis 2. Next is meiosis 2. This is exactly identical to mitosis. However, the happenings are occurring in two cells at once.
If you remember mitosis,
You can stop right there.
but if not,
Keep watching.
There is no second round of interphase. Prophase 2 is the beginning of the second division. The nuclear membrane dissolves and chromosomes become more visible and the spindle fibers begin to form. Centrioles move towards the poles of the cell.
During metaphase 2, the chromosomes arrange themselves, aligning their centromeres across the middle of the cell. Spindle fibers emerge from the centrioles and attach themselves to the centromere of each chromosome pair.
At anaphase 2, spindle fibers contract, breaking the centromere and pulling sister chromatids toward opposite poles of the cell. Telophase 2 consists of the nuclear membrane forming around the chromatids, which are now called chromosomes. Two new nuclei are formed in each new cell, and the cell membrane pinches inward at the equator.
Cytokinesis is the second division of the cytoplasm. Meiosis results in the formation of 4 new, non-identical haploid daughter cells.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your life's a joke, you broke. Your love life's DOA. It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you if the rain starts. I'll be there for you. I'll be there for you, 'cause you're there for me too.
Alright guys, thanks for watching!
Make sure to like and subscribe down below.